So thank you all for joining us. My name is Rachel Chumcha. I'm the Chief Program and Impact Officer here at the Cleveland Leadership Center. And I am excited that you are here to learn more about Cleveland Leadership Center programs and the application process, which we launched just this past weekend. A little overview of how today is going to work. I'm going to run through a couple of high-level details of the program, some insights into the applications, some best practices, some advice, and then we're going to open it up for questions. We have a few of our program directors here who are over the programs that have the open applications this month, and they will be able to answer any additional questions that you might have. So we're going to start today just with a bit of an overview of CLC. You're here today because you want to have a positive impact and make a change in our community. And that's our mission here at CLC. And we are so thankful for leaders like you. Our mission really is to build a continuum of civic leaders committed to our community's excellence by sharing as a catalyst for civic engagement. We have programs for everyone from high school through retirement. And as I mentioned, today we have our program directors for Leadership Cleveland, Cleveland Bridge Builders, and Onboard Cleveland on the call to help guide you through your program of choice. These are the programs that currently have the open applications that are all due on February 28th. So a few notes here about what makes the CLC application process unique. So all aspects of the application really help the selection committees understand you as a person, as a professional, and as a community member. The more complete the picture you present, the better your chance of being accepted. I always say, authentically tell your story. Let your personality shine. Tell the story of who you are as a leader, your journey through leadership. What is it you're passionate about in the community? How do you give back, and how do you want to give back? The program director of your chosen CLC program is available to answer any questions, provide advice, and keep you updated throughout both the application and the selection processes. Our program directors do not sit on the selection committees, so they are here to be guides to you to help best position your application for that selection process. So some best practices to walk through. We highly encourage you to start early. A quality application takes time to thoroughly and thoughtfully complete, and you'll want to give your references plenty of time to craft that glowing recommendation. We encourage you to, again, be authentic. This application is an opportunity to share your story through your own lens. Don't just cut and paste from a work bio or other profiles that you might have. You are selling yourself, your accomplishments, and your passion, so we encourage you to let yourself shine. And really focus on quality over quantity. Your answer should be thoughtful and reflective, not just words to fill the required limits. Each application in the essay section will have word limits on the essay. You don't need to have all complete, but we do encourage you to have more than just a few sentences in the response to those questions, because that is where the selection committees are truly going to get a sense of who you are. Be sure to include what you bring to the table. The relationships and the learning that happens within the cohorts are just as powerful as the program experience itself. What you can bring to the program is an important piece of your application. And it's about more than just the experience. So Cleveland Bridge Builders and Onboard Cleveland selection committees often can be less focused on finding those who have that really extensive civic engagement resume and are more focused on finding people who are passionate about the community and will leverage their program experience to elevate their community involvement. For Leadership Cleveland, you must show a high level of active engagement and involvement. Think broadly about your civic engagement. It all matters. In addition to the essays, all applications do require recommendations, and these absolutely matter. The recommendations are often a considerable factor in the selection process. For Cleveland Bridge Builders and for Onboard Cleveland, the recommenders must answer specific questions on the application. So you'll want to put their name and their email into the application soon after you open it to allow them time to get an automated email from the system. So encourage them to check their spam if they haven't seen it, and to go into the application and be able to fill out all of the questions. And again, you want to find someone who can tell your story and speak to your strengths, and also be sure that they will follow through. Leadership Cleveland recommendation letters must come from a Leadership Cleveland alumni. So it is highly beneficial for your recommenders to be those, again, who can tell your story in a way that didn't already capture in your application and can really speak to that Leadership Cleveland experience. Leadership Cleveland also requires a nomination letter. So unless you are the business owner, nomination letters are from the immediate supervisor, or if you are the chief executive, from the board chair. If the nominator happens to be a Leadership Cleveland grad as well, that letter may also serve as one of the recommendation letters, though we do really encourage you to have two recommendations and the nomination letter. And it helps to paint the full picture of who you are. Also in the application process, you will be asked, should you have a need for scholarship assistance? And we are very fortunate to have generosity of our donors to be able to provide funding to help prevent tuition from being a barrier to participation for any of our programs. Scholarships are based on need, and again, they're going to be requested as part of the application process. So please let us know, do you have a need? What is your ask for scholarship? Give us a little bit of insight as to your background and the request and the reason for the need. And we will be able to let you know at the time of acceptance if you've been awarded a scholarship and how much. And really want to highlight, scholarship requests do not factor in the selection process. No selection committee will be made aware of who has requested a scholarship. So that is kind of a quick high-level overview of some key insights into the application process itself. This information can also be found on our website, and so we encourage you to check it out if you, throughout this application period, to go back and get some additional insights on how to best approach your application. But we want this to be as most useful for you as possible. So we want to offer space for your questions, whether it's about one of our specific programs, whether it's about the application, the selection process, and that's where we have our program directors who will be able to chime in based on the program you're most interested in. So I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves, and then we'll open it up for questions. And I'm going to go Angela, Nicole, and Jolyn.
Great. Thank you, Rachel. Hi, everybody. I am Angela O'Donnell, and I am the director of Cleveland Bridge Builders. I know I met a few of you last week at the open house, so thank you for joining today. I am so excited to get this started, and I think my biggest piece of advice is always start early and ask questions. That really is what we're here for. That's why we decided to do this today, too. So I'm excited to hear how we can help.
Great. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nicole Canatano, and I am the program director for Onboard Cleveland, which is our space in the continuum that faces early career professionals. This is my favorite time of year. Well, second favorite. My favorite time is actually meeting all of the class members and putting those names with faces. But I'm just going to echo Angela. I don't have, the secret ingredient or the secret sauce to offer you. Every applicant, every situation is different, but that's actually what makes our programs and our cohorts amazing, is that cross section of, just passionate Clevelanders coming together. But yeah, just definitely start early. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Reach out to, us directly. As Rachel said, we're not part of the selection committee. We want you to, put your best foot forward. We want you to get in, and we're going to do as much as we can to help with that.
Hi, I'm Jolynn Parker. I lead the Leadership Cleveland. It is primarily made up of those who are fairly established in their careers, CEOs or those who are in the C-suite. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. We are already seeing a good number of people who are starting early and are coming in. So we encourage you to do the same, as Angela said.